Hello guys, welcome back to another video. We have an interesting one today, but before we get into things, make sure you hit that like button. It really does help me out and it is greatly appreciated. Now then, we are back working on the V12 BMW 760 Li. And what are we doing today? We're actually doing a job that I've actually already previously done on the channel, and that is swapping out the fuel filters. Now, why am I doing this job again? So, quick little story. I bought the car around 18 months ago or so. Wanted to do like a full service when I bought the car, so swap out all the filters and all the fluids. Obviously, part of that is the fuel filters. Found out that the fuel filters that were on the car at the time, they were the original fuel filters from 2003. So I proceeded in swapping out the fuel filters anyway, I believe, because there is two filters. One is kind of a pressure regulator, I believe. Swap that out for a Febby Bilstein one, and the other smaller filter, I believe, is just a return line filter, and I swapped that out for a Valeo one, I believe. Those were the only two filters that I could source at the time, and I did actually want to at some point swap them out for an OEM filter. Now then, I know that Marley make the OEM filters for BMW, so I was searching for these Marley filters, obviously using the correct part numbers, and they seem to be out of stock absolutely everywhere. And I actually managed to find the smaller of the two, which, like I said, is for the return line, I believe. And this is it right here. Now, this actually has a production date, don't know how well you can see that, of 2013. So this is old stock. Obviously it's a brand new part, it's fully sealed and everything, but yeah, I have a sneaky suspicion that they don't even make these filters anymore. Now, with the other filter, this one with the pressure regulator built in, this is what it looks like. If you know these fuel filters, you'll know that this actually isn't the correct fuel filter for my car. Let me explain. So the correct fuel filter, you know, the fuel filter from factory that matches this car, is the exact same filter as this, but it just comes with a sleeve and a clamp on it, I believe, to attach, you know, to give you something to attach it to the car with, essentially. Now, this fuel filter is actually from an E53 X5. One of the V8, I'm not too sure, maybe the 4.4 or the 4.8 V8, but the part number actually cross references with this car. So essentially you can use the 760 Li fuel filter on the X5, but it says that you can't use the X5 fuel filter, which is what this is, on the 760 Li. So I was thinking, why is this? So I actually had a physical look at the fuel filters, and that's exactly why, like I mentioned earlier, it's because for you to fit this filter to the car, you need that sleeve with the bracket on, which a bolt goes through, and obviously you can bolt it to the bottom of the car. I don't believe the X5 requires that. So yeah, they've been a bit sneaky. They've tried to charge you, I think, £100 plus for the correct fuel filter, which comes with the sleeve and the bracket, and then, you know, you can get this one, which is for the X5, for a lot less than half the price. I hope that's, you know, being clear enough. Long story short, I've spent a whole load of time trying to source these. I managed to get there in the end. Let's just get these installed on the car. As we can see then, BMW 760 Li is in the garage, up in the air, just on some ramps. First thing we need to do is remove this under tray. It's just had in by a bunch of 8mm screws and then some 10mm plastic nuts. So let's get all those removed. Okay, so as you can see, with the under tray now removed, we have perfect access to the two fuel filters. Like I said, this one at the back here is the larger of the two, so with the pressure regulator inside, and this one at the front, the smaller one, is just a return filter, I believe. Now, all that's holding the filters in place is just one bolt, this bracket. We do need to keep this bracket. Like I mentioned, the new filter does not come with this. This one can be discarded. I think the new filter does come with this. But yeah, aside from those, it's just a few fuel hoses and then just a couple of Jubilee clamps. Let's get all that off. Okay, so I'm going to start with the front fuel filter. It's going to crack these Jubilee clamps loose. Slide them out of the way. It should just be a 10mm bolt holding this bracket in place. Yep. So we should be able to just pry these fuel hoses off of the filter itself. I think it's coming. Might have some fuel spill out here. In fact, we should have some fuel spill out here. Yes. Do you have a drain pan handy? There we are. That's the front filter removed. This rear pressure regulator one is a bit more involved. I'm just going to crack this bracket loose with a 10mm bolt. We do have one of those one-time use clamps here, which I'll be replacing for a Jubilee clamp. So I can just break this. There we go. And just get that off. And now it's just these 3 fuel pipes that you're supposed to have some fuel pipe pliers to remove. But I don't actually have any to hand. Let's see how easy they come off otherwise. Okay, so those clips actually came off surprisingly easy. I literally just squeezed it together with my fingers and that was enough to release it, which is, I don't know if it's a bit concerning because this has fuel going through here, so surely it should be a very tight seal, but I don't know, it hasn't been leaking, so I think I'll trust that it works. Just need to remove this clamp and this sleeve from this original filter. Okay, so that's that sleeve and bracket removed. We'll go ahead and slide it over the new filter. Suppose we can slide these in. Just going to give them a bit of a clean first, just in case there's any dirt around them. Yeah, that's the right way around. There's one in. There's 2 in. Heard them click. There we go. Got the bolt started. Suppose we can plug this fuel line in. Click. Now that has to go on there. Need a new Jubilee clamp. Now it's just the front filter then. That'll do it. More than tight enough. And now it's just the front filter to install now. Let's tighten this down. There we are then, with those 2 clamps tightened down. That's both fuel filters now replaced. I've just wrote the date on this. So it's June 2022. Just in case anybody looks at this in the future and sees 2013 for the manufacturing date. Obviously they don't make these anymore, so yeah, if you are to replace these, I don't know what you're going to do. You probably have to get an aftermarket one, or done what I did and just got old stock but a new part. So yeah, that's pretty much job done anyway. I'm just going to leave the under tray off for now because I do have a bunch of more work to do. But yeah, let's get the car out of the garage, let's fire the engine up and just make sure we don't have any leaks. Now of course, because we have completely drained both of the fuel filters, it's going to be dry up to the high pressure fuel pumps. So I'm just going to prime the low pressure fuel pump in the tank a few times. Just cycle the ignition on and off, just to try and get those filters nice and full. Yes, I know I have to press the brake. It's doing something. It's pumping fuel, I can hear it. Sounds very loud. I just want to check that's not actually leaking on the floor. It's bone dry under here. Let's just be loud because there's no fuel in the system. We are actually pretty low on fuel, come to think of it. I do need to get fuel right after here. Probably have to spend something ridiculous like £2 a litre. Some 99 octane. There he goes. Yeah, fired straight into life. Let's go check for leaks. We're all good, no leaks. Okay then guys, so there we go. Both of the fuel filters replaced again for the correct fuel filters this time, the OEM fuel filters. I just went out to get some fuel as well. I've got some 99 octane fuel, and here in the UK we have Shell V-Power. How much do you think it was per litre? I'll just wait. No, it was more than that. £2.09 per litre. So I put 23.94 litres in, and that was £50. Ridiculous. Fuel prices at the moment are absolutely insane. I mean, that 760 Ally does not require 99 octane fuel. It'll run absolutely fine on 95, but every now and then I do like to put in some of the good stuff. It could just be a placebo, or you know, you could actually get some benefits from the additives and the fuel and whatever else. But yeah, another job done, I guess, on this car. We need to start, you know, flying through these now. I have a bunch of parts that you may or may not be able to see behind me still left to go on this car. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully you all have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.